Hello? Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? Hello, welcome to Atomic Movie Reviews Film Society. I'm your host, Atomicon Rex. Here we discuss films that have a narrative background in aliens, ghosts, robots, and creatures. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. So today we're going to do a deep dive. I've been doing a lot of research into this UAP topic, and so we're going to try to tackle sleep paralysis, or what is more commonly known as the nightmare. That's what it's across cultures. That's what it's known for, nightmare. Now, nightmare isn't a a bad dream. The word nightmare is associated with sleep paralysis specifically. The effects of sleep paralysis at first begins with a humming. First, you hear like a humming sound, or like a rushing, like wind rushing, blowing through the trees, like a rushing sound or a buzzing sound, right? And as you listen to this sound, your body becomes paralyzed, and now you can't move. You can't move or speak. Like all of your muscles are paralyzed. But you could open your eyes and you could see. You're aware of your surroundings and stuff like that. And so this is prevalent in the UAP phenomenon. So I was doing a little bit of research and what it might be. I'm thinking, some sort of advanced technology, time travel thing that they could manipulate our mind or something like that, right? But my research has led me down a different path where we're dealing more with um, spirits, or like skinwalkers and stuff like that. So let me talk about the effects. So the effects begins with the humming sound. You listen to it, you become paralyzed, and you're not able to move or speak. Then most people they notice a dark figure in the room, and this figure is accompanied by like a deep-seated fear, like it's going to hurt them or something. And it's always a shadow. There's not a real, it's just a black silhouette of a shadow. They can't really see it, but they can feel the presence. It doesn't do anything to them in the sense that it's not um, like cutting on them or anything like that. But what it does do is gives you trouble breathing. Like, there's some pictures of sleep paralysis where they had a demon sitting on your chest. There's like a witch sitting on your chest, and that's pretty much the extent of it. You'll have trouble breathing. It's very poltergeist. Trouble breathing. You'll hear footsteps. You'll hear voices in your head and stuff like that. And it usually lasts all night. You could be paralyzed in your body for hours and kind of just trapped in there while this darkness kind of just floats around your bedroom. Or it produces a out of body experience. This is leading up to an out of body experience where you're ejected from your body and you're kind of like floating above your body in your bedroom, looking at your body. Some weird paranormal stuff. So um, that's what. And this nightmare, this ghost, it has the same features across cultures and across time. So people were dealing with this back in the 1700s, back in ancient times, more recently in modern times, and probably going to still be dealing with it in the future. It just may be an aspect of the human condition. These nightmares, these ghosts, these spirits, or whatever they are, it just may be an aspect of the human condition. So what I've concluded about this phenomenon is that what we're dealing with is a ghost of some sort, a malicious ghost, a living darkness. It seems to be the same across all cultures and all dimensions, where there's always a sound associated with it. There's always paralysis associated with it, and there's always a dark figure and footsteps or noises associated with it. So that's what a nightmare is. Okay, that's completely different from a bad dream. A bad dream is, you're dreaming, you don't know you're dreaming. Okay, something bad happens, a family member dies, or you get in a car accident or something like that, and you experience the hospital or the funeral, and then boom, you wake up and you realize that was just a dream. That's just a bad dream. Okay, a nightmare is specifically associated with sleep paralysis. So if you have sleep paralysis or you're going through sleep paralysis, it is a nightmare. And so, doing research, they had Diana Pasolka. She's really into the whole UFO movement. She's written a couple different books about it. And, she was given an interview. I forget, it was on the YouTube, but I forget who she was talking to. But one of the listeners asked a question, and it was basically, I'm seeing orbs in my bedroom and around my house right now, and it's freaking me out. I don't know what to do. What do you recommend? So she basically didn't have an answer, right? She did not have an answer. She was trying to formulate an answer to that, but she didn't. So she basically said that there are religious institutions in churches that are able to deal with the phenomenon, and they have their ways. So it sounds childish, it sounds silly, but you're dealing with the science of magic, and that's how you have to approach the situation. You're not going to be able to go to a psychologist and tell them about your night terrors and night visions, because they're going to try to find a rational, modern explanation to it. What you need is a parapsychologist to talk to, okay? And what this parapsychologist is going to do is that they're going to listen to your story first, okay? And then they're going to explain to you that you're not the only one dealing with this, okay? And then they're going to try to classify the situation that you're going through. This is what I'm doing right now. Okay, so if you're having sleep paralysis and these nightmares and these night terrors, okay, so this, you're not the only one who's dealing with this. Okay, this is actually across cultures, okay, across time and space. Not only that, let me give you an idea of exactly what you may be dealing with, so you can come up with some sort of treatment or preventive measures to deal with it, okay? Because, like, I'm an experiencer, so I know from experience what I'm talking about. If you go to a psychologist, they're just going to give you sleeping pills, okay, and try to tell you, if you have a dream about an all-seeing eye and rivers of gold, and it's talking to you about love and kindness, the psychologist is going to tell you, well, you probably have money on your mind because, there's a all-seeing eye on the back of the $1 bill. You're like, no, lady, that's not that's not what this is, right? This is completely spiritual, right? And so you need a parapsychologist in order to deal with that. And so they'll tell you, they basically classified the entity or the event that you're dealing with. It could be an entity, it could be a haunted house, or, whatever, just bad juju. You're just hanging around with negative people and their negativity is affecting your life, right? So you tell this parapsychologist everything that you're going through, and they're able to define what you're going through and give you preventive treatments. So, from experience, okay, if you're dealing with paranormal activity, if you're seeing funny lights in the sky, okay, or you're having paralysis, the first thing you need to do is change your bedroom, right? Because we found out that, like, information in skinwalkers at the Pentagon, that all paranormal activity basically happens in the bedroom. Happens in the bedroom, in the hallway, or in the backyard. We don't know why. Okay, it's just that's what we're dealing with. It may be the ghost or the phenomenons that we're dealing with may be it may be associated with our minds, with the dream world. It may be more or less Freddy Krueger. Okay, it's just that there are different types of Freddy Krueger, just like there are different types of birds. So there are different types of dream ghosts that you could come across. All right, and they have different abilities, and they're going to put you do different things. That's my personal opinion on it. So, one of the prevent treatments that I would use is first moving, sleeping in another room. Okay, and then I don't know if you want to get salt and just throw a little bit of salt around your window and your front and your back door. Garlic helps. Okay, and so what I'm thinking garlic and salt does to the spirits, I think it's just like radiation. Okay, it's not the salt; it's the the fumes that the salt gives off. Okay, and that these entities they basically can't be around it. Okay, and so that's where at least that's what I got from garlic. Okay, putting garlic in front of your house to stop night terrors and everything. Another one is music. I noticed that if I play music throughout the night, just some ambient music in the background, I'm able to sleep like a baby. Or if I use, like, I have to sleep with a white light, and I'm talking fluorescent white light. I'm not talking about that orange bulb that you get at the dollar store. Okay, it has to be a white light. If you use that, you can sleep good too. All right, but if you take out that light, okay, I've noticed from personal experience that the moment that light goes off, and if I'm in my bedroom and that door is shut, that light turns off, I'm gonna instantly start hearing humming. Okay, and I'm laying in bed instantly. So I'm telling you from experience to prevent night terrors, to prevent nightmare, okay, you have to sleep with a white light. At least a white light and plus ambient music. Okay, don't go into your bedroom sleeping in complete darkness again. Okay, you're not gonna like the entity's response. Okay, so let's just I just want to do a quick deep dive in the phenomenon that we call nightmare. Um, it's in modern day forms. It's called sleep paralysis, and we're trying to come up with a scientific, psychological reason for it. But it's truth be told, it's probably some sort of spirit or some witch, um, and that's able to enter your dreams or haunt you, haunt everybody, basically. And that's what you're really dealing with. So, um, a nightmare is not a bad dream. A nightmare is sleep paralysis. It's associated with humming, um, loss of control of your muscle movements, and a dark, sinister force in your bedroom. Like all of these elements have to be present for it to be a nightmare. And trouble breathing. It usually causes trouble breathing. And we know that because it's the same in Tibet, it's the same in Japan, it's the same in America, it's the same in Mexico, it's the same in Africa. Okay, so you can't just say it's just a mental illness. We need to start realizing that there may be hidden dimensions to our reality that we need to explore, especially when it comes to the dream world and these elements of the mind and psychedelics, DMT, and all of these things. We really need to start researching what may be really going on here. Okay, well, anyways, so that's my conclusion. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit and educate people on the UAP phenomenon known as nightmare or sleep paralysis as it's commonly known today. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Atomicon Rex out. Talk to you later.